Mindbender Mental Performance Podcast.
Episode 172, Part 10, Book Breakdown, Chapter 10, Relax the Mind, Relax the Muscles. From the book, The Mental Keys to Hitting by Harvey Dorfman, the book breakdown continues. The quote at the beginning of the book, quote, "When we are unable to find tranquility within ourselves, it is useless to seek it elsewhere." That is by La Rusha Fachacald, maybe? Rusha Fachald in the book Maxims. Yes, Chapter 10 of the Mental Keys to Hitting. Welcome back to the Mindbender Mental Performance Podcast. Enrique Byroness, not with us today, but make sure to check out Deuces Wild on the world's premier live streaming interactive event podcasting hosting event platform. That's nofilter.net. You can check that out with him and Will Clark tonight on nofilter.net. El lugar es aquí, el momento es ahora. Wherever you are, the place is here. And the time is now. We're taking it from the cloud to the dirt, one episode at a time. We're facing, stepping through and stepping into those mental and oftentimes emotional barriers so you can perform with confidence and consistency. Let's break down the chapter. If you don't learn how to relax, your talent will never show up when it counts. You can have the best swing on the planet and still get beat because tension doesn't just live in your muscles, it hijacks them and your clarity. In Chapter 10, The Mental Keys to Hitting, it's about this exact thing. And Dorfman, as always, doesn't pull any punches. He breaks down the difference between playing tight and playing locked in. He reminds us that if you don't own your perspective, then that pressure can own you, right? And pressure should be a privilege. Pressure should be like a wave. You can ride it or it can get owned by it and you can get buried into the reef. He talks about a story in the opening of the chapter about Tiger Woods in the 2000 Bell Canadian Open. It's the final round. Woods is in a fairway bunker, probably 220 yards from the pin, water short and right. He grabs a 6-iron and flies the green. Ends up probably, 10, 20 feet away. Bold, right? His playing partner, Grant Waite, said it best. He said, quote, "The mindset, the calmness in his body to hit that shot. That's the advantage he has over the other players," end quote. Tiger said, quote, "Sure, I get nervous, but I know how to handle it. You focus everything on what you're doing," end quote. You want to win? What's important now? That's presence. That's process. That's what it means to relax under pressure and make pressure a privilege. And then oftentimes people mistake relaxation as laziness. We got to kill that myth right now. Relaxing, it isn't soft. It's not passive. It's not being careless. Relaxation is how you access your athleticism when the pressure is on, when it's bright lights, big city. Dorfman puts it perfectly. He says, I can care and still be relaxed. I can be intense without being tense. Intensity without tension is the sweet spot. That's the ideal performance zone, not the twilight zone, right? The problem behind the problem. If you're gripping the bat like you're choking it to death, if you're holding your breath in between pitches, if your brain is racing and the game is speeding up on you, that's not just nerves, that's poor perspective, right? Tension is the body's response to a troubled mind. Fix the thought and the body will follow. Your tension isn't the enemy. Your perception is. By addressing the mental narrative, we loosen the physical grip. You solve the root issue, your thinking, and the body will follow. Talks about fire levels, right? Arousal levels. Where are you at? Too much fire? Where's your ideal performance state? Too much fire, you're burning the house down. Too little fire, you're flickering. What we're after is heat and light. Controlled, aggressiveness under controlled, present power, the perfect amount of fire to attack that pitch with clarity, purpose, trust, and commitment. So how do we get into it? In the book, Dorfman says, quote, "Breathe or die," end quote. It's not poetic. It's physiological. The carbon dioxide builds up. Oxygen clears the fog. A long, slow exhale signals your nervous system to Relax, tranquilo. If you're not consciously breathing between pitches, you are unconsciously tensing. There's 4 parts to the breath. The inhale, little bit of a hold. Exhale, little bit of a hold. That's 4. Finish the breath, then execute the pitch. There's an old player named Cliff Floyd. He used to take a long, steady exhale as he settled into the box, and that's your blueprint. Before you get in the box, inhale slow, exhale, hold it for a beat, right? Finish the breath, let the body unclench, let the breath coach the muscles. He talks a lot about self-talk in the book as well. Your body listens to your words. Dorfman warns us what you say to yourself is heard by your muscles. So when you say, don't strike out, you suck, I can't hit this guy, your body tightens up and you're done before the pitch is thrown. How do you flip the script? Well, you've got to come up with some verbal cues that you can go to, not red light statements, but green light affirmations. See it and hit it. See the ball, be easy, hammer it. See it and smash it. Track it and whack it. Track and attack. Be easy, very early, be on time, be explosive, whatever you want to say to yourself, but talk to yourself like someone who wants to win the moment. And if you want to win, W-I-N, it's what's important now. You've got to move the tension out. We talk all the time about you're not going to feel your way into acting, but you can certainly act your way into feeling. Motivation comes after movement begins. Movement changes moods. Movement helps move the tension out. Tense shoulders, shrug them and release. Lock jaw, stress your face out a little bit like the great Paul O'Neill used to. Still clenched after a bad call, step out and let it go. You've got to have a series of steps that you go to when the shit hits the fan, and it will. So what series of steps do you do to release, to flush it, and bring you back to execute the next pitch? Shake it out. Roll your neck. Look at the foul pole, left field foul pole, let it go. Redirect the mind and release the grip a little bit. Small body movements equal big tension relief, right? And how do you do it? You train this off the field. Relaxation and the skill of relaxation is not just a game day skill, it's a lifestyle discipline. Visualize your best at bats. See yourself performing and executing and dominating at your very best. Things happen twice, first in your mind, then in reality. Rehearse your breathing while driving. A great time to use your internal traffic lights and see where you're at with green, yellow, and red is to use them when you approach a green, yellow, and red light. Go to your physical action. Go to the breath on the focal point. Go to the verbal trigger and practice them in the car so they show up on the field. We can't expect to do anything in the game that we're not doing in practice. And practice is where the action is, and the separation is in the preparation. So stretch and reset, man. Create a bedtime routine with silence and stillness. The goal is when the lights are on and the crowd is loud and the pressure is real, you're not reacting, but you're responding. Got to renew the mind. The greatest coaching manual of all time, even better than, yes, the mental keys to hitting, heads up baseball, and coaching the mental game, the Bible. In Romans 12:2, it says, be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Tension is not something you eliminate by force. You renew the way you see the moment. And if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at begin to change. Tension says the moment's too big. Perspective says, this is why I train, for this moment. Tension says, what if I fail? Faith says, what if I don't? What if I let it go and win this pitch? And if you can't get to that what if, then just say what is. And what is this moment, right? Your job is not to be fearless. Your job is to be relaxed in the presence of fear. Turn that fear into fuel. Turn that failure into feedback. To trust your body by clearing your mind so you can go out and play clear. You've got the weapons. You know why you play, your faith, love, your fun, your joy. You've got your mission, your vision, your core principles. You've got your above and below the line behaviors. Are you breathing, man? Anchoring down with all 4 parts of the breath? Right? You got your APE, you got your BFS. You locked in with your attitude, preparation, perspective, energy, effort, emotions, your big body language, your big breath, your focus, your self-talk, your BFS. Lock in on those things. Use them, train them. Live them. Be elite at the things that take no talent to be elite at. And remember, a relaxed hitter is a dangerous hitter. A calm mind is a competitive pitch-to-pitch mind. And the ability to perform under pressure is forged in your daily decisions, actions, and behaviors. Para mis jugadores latinos, más línea, más vida. Hasta la próxima recuerda, si quieres ser un jugador disciplinado, comprometido y preparado en el futuro, Empiezas esa mierda hoy. Se necesita lo que se necesita y lo mejor está por venir. Until next time, remember, if you want to be a disciplined, committed, and prepared ball player in the future, you start being that dude today. It takes what it takes. Be good to yourself. And if you choose, the best is yet to come.
That's one small step for man.